Physics is full of fascinating phenomena that we encounter daily. One example is the law of inertia, which states that an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion continues moving unless acted upon by an external force. For instance, when you're in a car that suddenly stops, your body continues moving forward due to inertia until the seatbelt holds you back. Another example is why some objects float and others sink. This is explained by Archimedes' principle. When an object is submerged in water, it displaces a volume of liquid equal to its weight. If the buoyant force is greater than the object's weight, it floats. This is why a metal boat can float while a stone sinks. Gravity is another example. When you throw a ball into the air, it rises and then falls back down because gravity pulls everything toward Earth. Even in space, objects are pulled by the gravitational field of nearby planets or stars. Reflection is a simple physics phenomenon. When you look in a mirror, the light that hits the mirror bounces back and enters your eyes, creating your reflection. This is governed by the laws of light reflection, where the angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. If you've ever inflated a bicycle tire, you may have noticed it gets warm. This is due to air compression inside the tire. When air molecules are compressed, they move faster and generate heat, which is a simple example of energy transformation. In magnetism, if you bring two magnets with the same poles facing each other like two north poles, they repel each other. However, opposite poles north and south attract. This happens because of the magnetic force created by the field around the magnets. Condensation occurs when warm, moist air comes into contact with a cold surface. For example, when you place a cold drink outside on a hot day, you see droplets of water form on the glass. This is due to the water vapor in the air cooling and turning into liquid. Friction is a common force. When you push a heavy object, you feel resistance from the floor. This resistance, called friction, happens because of the microscopic contact between the object and the surface. Finally, when you place a cup on a table, it stays still because of the normal force which supports it and prevents it from falling. This force acts perpendicular to the surface and keeps the cup in place. These examples show how physics affects our everyday lives, helping us understand how objects move, how light behaves, and how different forces shape the world around us.